Hey folks, it's Todd from Wayfinder Really, your host for Sold on Flavor. This week I wanted to try something different. I'm asked out a lot, do I miss being in the restaurant business? The short answer is, of course I do. The long answer is, as I've gotten older, I just don't think I could handle it as much as I could in the younger days. So today, I'm going to do what I loved about being in the restaurant, and that's to create a dish. So today's dish is absolutely 100% inspired by myself. It's something that I love, ingredients that I love, and it's going to be called Sun-Kissed Caramelized Pasta. And one of the main ingredients in it is chicken stock. So I could have obviously bought in a carton of chicken stock at the local supermarkets. Everyone carries it. So if you're pressed for time, you certainly can use that. But I'm going to show you how to make chicken stock right from scratch. All right? And then we'll get into the pasta dish a little bit later on. So come on. Okay, so the first thing in making a chicken stock, if you are vegetarian, it's very simple to swap out and exclude the chicken inside this, and it's just vegetable stock. But it's going to be your mirepoix, which is onion, celery, carrots. All right, and we're going to put in some chicken. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of thyme, and some bay leaves, and water. That's it. And it just needs to simmer for a couple hours. And when it's simmering, what you want to do, you want to give it some time, and that it'll start to froth up on the top. You want to pull that off as you're cooking, and just let it cool and drain. And we'll cook that dish later tonight. Now again, in the restaurant business, we get pieces like this. I can't use that for anything else other than for stews. It's totally fine. Nothing wrong with it. All right. Carrots. Pot. I'm probably going to switch this out for my bigger stock pot, even though I love using the Dutch oven. Because I know I'll make a lot more than I even need. And I'll freeze the rest. Skins and all goes in there. Crush the garlic a little bit. All right, next I'll show you how to break down a chicken. All right, first thing I'm going to do, cut away some of the skin here. And I'm going to save the chicken breast. Instead of throwing that into a stock pot. Look at that. That's a great chicken breast. Just find the center. aside for now. But then the rest of the chicken I'm just going to break down. Now, as I told you, what's going to happen is that, I can leave the skin in. All it's going to do is it's going to cook down and come to the top. I'm going to scrape it off later. So it's just as easy to take it off now. We are going to strain this, so don't worry about bones. You don't want huge pieces. Okay, so I threw in thyme and a couple bay leaves in there, switched out my pot, which is ironically called my stock pot. So I wish I could tell you how wonderful this smells already. We're just starting to heat, bring it up to temp. It's going to roll at a low simmer, just a little bit higher maybe, and for several hours. And like I said, we're going to skim the top and pull that fat off that comes up top. I'll tell you, there's nothing like homemade. Okay, so the chicken stock's been cooking all day. I think I got on around noon, 6 p.m. So I made about 10 quarts, minus whatever the bones and the vegetables are. Okay, the first step in our pasta dish is what we're going to do. We're going to caramelize onions. So I'm just going to take some onions here real quick, slice these up, caramelize them, let them cool off a little bit. And then I'm actually going to put them in a blender. I'm going to make a puree out of them. All right. Okay, I have 2 onions in there, about medium size, sliced up, and about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna let those caramelize. Now, caramelized onions is basically when I'm doing that brown color that comes out is the sugar, right? So a little bit of water in the pan and some butter, and we'll let that cook down, and then I'm gonna let that cool off, and I'm gonna blend that and make that into a puree. I'm gonna cut up my sun-dried tomatoes while we wait. And I'll probably cut up the bacon too as well. All right, So, I got my caramelized onions that cooled a little bit. We're going to put them in the blender here. Like I said, I hope my wife is listening. Christmas presents, I need an emulsifier or a little mixer there. Alright, so that goes in. Top on. Give a couple zaps. Okay, put a little water into it. Okay, I have cut up the bacon, threw in the freezer for about 20 minutes, just you want it to firm up a little bit. That's about as much bacon as I want to cook in this recipe. So the first step is to pan fry the bacon, and then what we're going to do, we're going to add the sun-dried tomatoes and the caramelized onion paste and the chicken stock and the wine, and we'll put this all together. All right, so I got my pan of bacon on the stove. I've added a little bit of olive oil. We're going to cook that down. Once we get the bacon cooked, we'll add some of the other ingredients, just like you would any other pasta dish. I got my water boiling right now. I'm going to do fettuccine. You can do any type of pasta you want to this dish. I don't think the cut of the pasta matters. But so the first step is cooking down the bacon. All right, so the bacon started to cook down. I'm going to start to add the sun-dried tomatoes. That cooked down for a minute. Oh man, this looks good. Next item, I'm going to put my caramelized onion puree. Alright, so next item is I'm going to put I have a Sauvignon Blanc. Again, I don't drink a lot of white wine. If you are a white wine drinker, I would encourage you to open a bottle of your favorite white wine. Alright, let this cook down. Alright. Gonna have my chicken stock that I made. Again, if you want vegetable, that's fine. Put your vegetable stock in there. Alexa set timer for 2 to 3 minutes.
2 minutes, starting now.
Turn that down a little bit. All right, so that's all cooked down. Got my fresh fettuccine here. All right, so I have plated this up. A little Parmesan cheese on top. A little bit of thyme. Who doesn't need a little more time in their life? Hey folks, Todd from Wayfinder Realty, your host for Sold On Flavor. This is my dish, Sun-Kissed Caramelized Pasta. Let's give it a taste here. That is so good. You need to give this a try with a friend in your new home. Give me a call. Thanks for tuning in. It was a pleasure cooking for you this week. Again, we're going to use that chicken stock recipe as we get into the fall. We start to make some homemade soups. Cooking is building blocks. We'll build off new things and we'll create new dishes. Again, appreciate you.